Good morning, everyone. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Sanjay Deshpande. He has over 32 years of experience in various fields, such as marketing, construction, and civil engineering. He has a remarkable contribution to Project Tiger, and is also a wildlife photographer by himself. He is the author of 2 books and even has his own blog, where he writes about environmental and social issues. Let us welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Thank you very much, entire Millenium School staff, students, and friends. First of all, I welcome you. I'm sure last 2 years most of you must have been in school actually. And I can imagine how much boring it was to get confined in the home where beautiful your builder might have been. So, and I'm sorry if your school starts on an environment or nature note from a guest speaker. That way my generation is pretty lucky. I don't know, many of your teachers will be pretty young to me also. We rarely used to have some guest visitors and lectures and environment day and nature day and all those things. I did not have to attend lectures on Saturdays and Sundays. But then responsibility of your generation is far more because of deeds which my generation has done. And that's why, as I always say, in my college days and school days, there were only 3 days. Valentine's Day, Women's Day, Mother's Day. That's it. Now you have got so many days about it. Most of them Wildlife Day, Wildlife Week, Environment Day, Earth Day, Nature Day. This is all because my generation didn't do our job. And so I am here to bother you on your Saturdays also. But let me tell you, I should congratulate your generation also. When I say your generation, fine. You are not that Irish. By next year, all of you will be joining some college. But like, it's your generation's efforts which can take away firecrackers thing. I remember my school days when in Diwali we used to go with our parents and buy a lot of firecrackers. The more firecrackers, the happier the boy face was. And now I myself have seen many of small kids urging their parents not to burn firecrackers. And that's only because of your generation's participation it was possible, is what I say. So if my generation has damaged the environment, I am really thankful to your generation that you guys are doing so much good thing. We started from just firecracker like small thing. In 10 years, the firecracker consumption and burning has gone down to near 10% in Diwali. So that itself is a big contribution to the environment. Well, about today's subject, very frankly, when I communicated with your teachers, let me tell you, it's not a lecture, it's not any Gan.com. It's just a sharing what I have done, what mistakes I did when I was learning, what mistakes I did when I was a student, even when I was pursuing my career. How I realized it and what I am doing now. You can consider it as a sharing. And a sharing is only possible when it's a two-way thing, not one-way. And then about giving lectures, your parents are there, your teachers are there, so why add one more Sanjay Deshpande in it, is what I will say. Coming to today's subject, I deliberately chose, actually, I was confused what should be the subject. Because, see, on one side, you are too young to be exposed to as vast a subject like nature or environment. And on the other side, you are full of energy and it's you guys who can make the real change, which is expected, which we couldn't do till now. So I thought nature and me. And when I say nature, it's not just some generation, some fraternity, some profession which is supposed to be part of it. It's just you and me. There is nobody between you and nature. This is what I have realized. Fortunately, after my engineering, I did environments and my master's specialization course. So I could study nature more closely. Later on, I started building my projects. Later on, I started working with forest department. And as your friend mentioned in my intro, that Project Tiger, I get involved in tiger conservation and wildlife and all those things. Which is, I try to balance my work as well as nature. So that's what I say, nature and me. Just okay. When you say nature, how you define nature? What is nature? Nature is not something extraordinary or you can't study it in books and anything else. Nature, it gives you, it's all around us. Like fragrance, colors. While coming to your school, I was observing the premise and there are a lot of big trees and so many flowering and blossoming trees and all those things, and I could hear birds chirping also right now also, I think another chirping. So these all sounds, fragrances, air, all this becomes nature around us. And that's why you need not have to do something different to study the nature. All you have to do is become part of it. Recently, in this month, in last month, June only, there was Environment Day. And on Environment Day, I saw a very nice cartoon. It was the actual teaser, you can say, that young boy was looking at outside of his window, and the caption says, I want to connect with nature, but I can't see any connecting portal to it. So it was a teaser on the digitalized generation of viewers, but I take it directly. No boy, no young boy, no young kid needs to be connected, any portal to connect with nature. If you are seeing Disney movies, I am a hard fan of Disney movies, Marvels also, but more Disney. So, the best is to get connected with nature. You don't need any portal. Just go outside, be part of nature. It's senior generation which don't understand. Rather, whenever in earlier our days, even I'm sure most of you guys also getting a lecture on that. Try going outside and just run around or sit around trees and all those things if you have got lucky to have trees around. And then see what lecture you get. अभ्यास करता है अपने का, वेळ अपने का, दूसरा काही नाही का करायला, बाहेर का करतोय, टाइमपास का करतोय. So all these things we get. But actually, that's the mistake we were doing. That doesn't mean don't study. Sorry teachers, that was not my intention. That means sometimes you just spend time outside doing nothing and get lost into your surrounding, and then only you will understand what nature is. For that, you don't have to do any portal to get connections for it. It's you and that nature. That's why I say, it's like, it's all around us. The air you breathe is nature. The sun, the colors you saw is nature. The fragrance you get is nature. Everything is nature. And unfortunately, we're trying to confine nature into books, which is not the case, which should not be the case. And this is where today's subject is very much important to all of you. Because next year, you will be choosing a different career. Somebody will be going to commerce, somebody will go to computer, somebody will go to engineering, mechanical. Engineering, there are hundreds of branches, medical. So many of you will be thinking, fine, I'm not going to become a scientist and I'm not going to do anything with environment. So what is nature? Why I should be related with nature? But every field, even commerce-like field, which is supposed to be only with figures, is connected with nature, some way or another way. Because it's not some portal, you are the portal for the nature. You don't need any other portal for the nature. That's the difference. That is the importance of this subject. Now, I will just go through the forms of the nature which I myself have learned. What are the forms of the nature? As I said, it starts from you and me, and form can be anything. An ant, small ant, or in the rain, after the first rain, you see small crawling creatures, lal kide, makmali kide, jala kaisa manta apne, that kind of worms, they are all nature. And the biggest animal weighing 300 tons, blue whale, it is also part of nature. So nature meets us in different forms. You don't have to define a particular form of nature. Then, how we are related to nature. So, when you go to the apart from living species, nature meets us in the form of water, which water bodies like ocean, dams, river. Okay, we can't call the river which we have got in Pune as a river, but fine, that's form of nature. Lakes, like this. You remember where is this photograph must have been taken? Which photograph this must be there? Some of you may be living in Baudan and that kind of area. Ramnadi, anybody of you heard the name of Ramnadi? Many of us, sure. So, this is Ramnadi on upstreams in Mulchiri. And now you can see, if you want, what is Ramnadi? You can come down to the other and you will see that its present nature. This is the form of which nature has gifted Ramnadi to us. And come down in Pune city and we will see what we have done to our nature. I deliberately avoided having that photograph. Ocean, as you can see. And then hills and mountains. Your school itself is have got backdrop of wonderful hill with greens. But then if you want to see what we can do to the hills, we can go to the Parvati and you can see the slum all around there. Then again, forests is one of the best form of the nature where I am connected to the nature with this form of it. Deserts, do you know which is the largest national park in the country? It's not Kana or Ranthambore or anything like. It's a Jaisalmer Desert National Park. So desert also is a form of nature, and many creatures which you don't get to see over here, they are part of nature. Arctic islands, snow caps, Himalaya. And now coming to today's actual core subject where I am directly related in the form of development. See, all these forms you saw, these are the gifts by nature to us. Nature has gifted us in this form, and it's you and me who has damaged the nature. Agreed? This you must have been seen or read in different newspapers and all TV channels keep on showing it. And it's like, whenever we saw or read a writing on the wall, we always think it's for somebody else, it is not for me. But then this is where the difference comes. Every writing written on the wall about your future is not for other school kids and other classmates. If you try to read, it's for your own individual future, then you can make some changes. As I say, we got wonderful hills. What we did? We started building hotels and resorts on the hills. We started burning down the lands for our farms and grazing and all the purposes. This is photograph taken right on the Lakshmi Road. And this is what we get into our water line and drainage. This is what I say. We celebrate our marriages or our election wins by burning firecrackers and DJs and loudspeakers and all those things, adding more noise pollution in air pollution. See, these are the shot I took on Madre Bridge of firecracker shops some 10 years back, and I am very happy. 2 years back, before Corona even, there was hardly any stalls and lesser the number of visitors. We burn our garbage and we pollute the rest of our air which nature has gifted us. All this why I am showing, these are the photographs which you also can take from your mobile camera while you are not busy posting Insta posts or FB posts, and sharing, that is what you can do for the nature. This is we don't spare animals also. Even the monkeys now need distillery for drinking water. That's the scenario. These are the footpaths on which every day when we walk. We walk beside. We don't try to remove that garbage, but we throw our water bottle also in that. So that's what happens. See, every such thing, even by ignoring such thing, you are becoming a team. There will be two teams when it comes to you and nature. One is team destruction and one is team construction. When you are seeing such scene and you are doing nothing, you are joining team destruction. But even if you click this photograph and share with your friends, hey guys, please don't do this, you are joining team construction. This is where you and me makes the difference. Like that, we avoid to walk. I recently joined a debate or a seminar about Law College Hill Road. And if you are good to read newspaper, do read that. That's an important aspect if you want to join team nature. So there was a debate going on about that road's necessity and all of the Law College Hill destruction and everything. And I was happened to be one of the speakers. The first question I asked to all the dignitaries, you are speaking so much about how road dhalane pahiye, this will damage this and that and that. How many of you have come here by PMT? Not a single hand shot up. Most of them have come by their own vehicles and they are speaking about public transport. This is the hypocrisy, and then this is the reason that we don't have a footpath now to walk because we have so much vehicles. Now, here is where again you and me are connected and my field is connected. See, the easiest answer when I ask any grown-up man about what you are doing about nature, this is government ana. I am paying tax. So, government will do it. But then again, who is government? Like nature, you are the nature, you are the government. You are part of government because you are next year or say 2-3 years down the line, many of you will be eligible to vote also. But how many of us vote keeping nature in mind? And now how do you expect the people which we have elected will do something for nature? This is where the government policies make the difference, because unless and until every one of you don't raise voice for the policies related to nature, government on its own is going to do nothing for the nature. This is how you are connected with government policy. As I say, right from public transport to metro, now everybody is saying that metro will solve such a problem. It's not going to happen. Unless and until everybody of you, like those which we are coming from public school, public transport or a school bus, I am really happy. Those who are coming by bicycle or walking, I am more happy. Those who are coming by their parents' car, fine, you are lucky, but I am not happy. This is where you should start taking every step. And this is how more people using public transport, government will be making more public transport. More people using private cars and two-wheelers, what government will do? Government will build more roads to accommodate those vehicles. This is how you are directly related to the government. As I say, this is the expressway, and then our development should be in tune with the nature. This is photograph of our own expressway, Mumbai-Pune expressway. तुम्हाला जाताना कधी हा नेचरचं लक्षात पडणार नसेल, but it has been cut through right from the densest forest. But see now how they have balanced it. This is the way you should make development. This is the way you can balance both the things. Ceiling, how many of you have traveled from this beach, which is one of the miracles in India? So, do you know that while building this bridge, there was a big debate about whether this bridge can be a threat to ocean's life cycle. And an extensive study has been carried out about not only the structural design of that particular bridge, but about how it is not going to affect, rather how it will be beneficial to the breeding of a particular species of fishes. And then this bridge has been built. This was possible only because of the group of citizens who stood for that breeding of fishes, and then the design of the bridge has been changed. Right from irrigation to keeping our rivers and dams clean, everywhere your contribution is the one which makes. See, anybody of you have gone to Ujni dam to see the flamingos? Nobody from school, you should arrange a visit there actually. Entire water which you and me use in Pune city goes down to the Ujni dam, where from across the globe flamingos come. The flamingos survive on algae. Do you know what flamingos eat? What flamingos eat? Okay. And how the algae gets formed? Sorry to bother on the biology. No, the algae can be formed only in clean, shallow water. It is formed because of the sunlight penetrating to the base of the water. Okay? And only if the water's oxygen content is more, the algae can be formed in that water. And flamingos can eat only algae, right? Even the flamingos pink color gets from that algae they eat. So if the flamingos don't get algae, the flamingo will be a white flamingo, not a pink flamingo. Now, all the three rivers, Mula, Putha and Pauna, which flows from Pune to downstream, they goes to, their water goes to Ujni. And whatever you throw in those rivers goes to Ujni dam, and if it pollutes the Ujni dam water, it directly affects the health of the flamingos. This is how, by sitting here, you can change the color, or you are responsible for change of color of the flamingos. Whenever I try to explain this to the many of the elder citizens also, it's not that. It's sheer logic. You must have seen the movie Avatar. In Avatar, there has been shown a big life tree which connects the entire planet. That is called as a life tree. And it's not a fiction, boss. It's a fact. This is the Avatar guy, James Cameron, has understood environment and nature better than anyone. Because that's how it happens. You do something here, somewhere trigger is tripped and somebody gets affected. That's the nature. So all these your policies of the government, which you are supposed to be responsible, if you understand all this, then only you can demand right things, and then only government can bring the right policies for the nature. Now the toughest part of it. Gang outcome is always easy. You can read, you can see, and you can keep on lecturing. That you all are going through all the day from your home also, and teachers also. So even all those who work, they also get through that. But then the real challenge is not about knowledge. The real challenge is about application of knowledge. See, choose these words very carefully. Because till then, life is wonderful. I'm sure you right now may not feel it, but I have passed out till, so I can share that. Till then, life is wonderful because there is no branch, no job thing, no career, nothing, no specific subject and all those things. It's open arena. After 10, entire scenario is going to change. You will have to learn every subject keeping in mind your career. How it is going to help your career, how it is going to help make more money, more position, more success and all those things. But there lies the real challenge. It's not about knowledge. Application of that knowledge is going to make the biggest difference. And these are the challenges which I face. See, I am here standing in front of you, past 10, some 20 years back, 30 years back, and I chose my career as a civil engineer. Okay. At that time, I thought I will join government, and then I did my masters in environments. Then I thought I will go to US, pursue my research in environments. My destiny made me builder in Pune. and I am here standing in front of you giving a lecture. But the challenges I understood are not just as a builder as such, but keep those challenges in mind. Whatever field you will be changing, there will be challenges. And all the challenges will be what you have learned and how you are going to implement that, what you have learned into the field. That is the real challenge. As I say, the first challenge of a civil engineer, I think Amay Asbek is also here, and his father is also a civil engineer and my friend. So, any open plot, believe me, any open plot, so kiti padki zameen ani kashi disli, that is never nature enemy. Because on a seemingly open plot, where nothing is growing, some shrubs, even some dump garbage, there are ants, there is earth cover, there the water, whatever falls on that land, dips into the land, earth, groundwater table increases. It is a fertile soil. But when you start building one home on that, this is what happens. You have to dig that plot, you have to remove the fertile soil. While you remove that fertile soil, how many ants, termites, geckos, lizards might be living on that plot, and you remove in one night all of them. So you make, while making your home, you are making thousands of species homeless in one day. And this is how the challenge, first challenge starts me as my engineer, civil engineer, that if I am building something for humans, it's my responsibility to look after other species also. And this is what you all should be doing while you are doing your own profession. And then as you grow, this is deliberately, these are not great photographs, this is just to make you know. Look at the structure and compare just one bubble tree also besides it. One bubble tree looks so lively. And look at what we build. We build dry concrete, bricks, mortar, cement and plaster and all those things. And then we call it as a dowly interior building and wash building and that kind of thing, glass facade. We can't make single bubble tree also out of our creation. That's the difference between what you and me make and what nature makes. Nature makes life. We make lifeless structures. And the biggest challenge you all will be having is, if you choose to this as a career, how you can put life, how you can balance life and lifeless structures. That is more important. This building may be one of the best buildings in Singapore, in the world. People all over the world come to see these buildings, architecture and all those things. There are hundreds of such buildings all across the world, including Burj Khalifa and all those things. But we can't make one own chafa tree or bubble tree of our own. That's the difference. So what we have to do is learn to create life. And if you are not bought to create life, but at least you can save lives. If you can't create some life, learn how to save some life. This is how we do. This is what we should do. If you are building one building, you can create these spaces also in your buildings. This is where balance, this is what I call balancing. If I am making some lizards homeless, I am creating space for also some lizards for their home. That is what I can balance. And then, this is where my favorite subject, apart from buildings, okay, I do buildings to earn money and create creativity. And this is where your contribution is most important on this aspect of the sharing. See, how many of you have seen tiger actually in forest? That's good number. What is the difference? Anyone of you can answer seeing tiger in zoo and seeing tiger in actual forest? What difference do you observe any difference in doing that? In the behavior of tiger? Anybody? Exactly. In one sentence he answered, tiger is more lively. Like all of you sitting in this classroom and outside of the classroom. There will be definitely difference, right? So this is the difference. Do you know which country has got most of the tigers? I have asked which country has got how many maximum number of tigers. I have not asked tigers in forest. I asked which country has got maximum number of alive tigers. America has got maximum number of tigers, richness of this particular aspect, and that's why save tiger. Again I remind you, tiger doesn't mean entire forest. Tiger is just a link between entire chain of forest or a nature chain, but an important link. Like in cricket team, 11 players play, all players are equally important. One player can't win match for the country, but still captain is important, right? Why captain is important? Because captain is the link which holds the entire chain. That's why captain is important. Same way, tiger is like a captain in the forest. If tiger survives, entire forest survives. And that's why, whenever it comes to this wildlife, particularly speaking about a country, it is save tiger. That's why save tiger and save forest. Alone you can't save tiger. Because alone you can, if you can save tiger, you become America. America has saved tigers, maximum tigers, but they all are in captivity. You can't call them as a tiger. Now, what is the difference between a dog and a tiger when they are chained? Same. So, when you say tiger, first understand save tiger means what? Save tiger means save this entire habitat. A tiger needs his home, like you need your home, you need your, when you define your home is not only the place where you are staying with your parents. Okay? When you say your habitat is your school, your playground, your friend circle, your hanging out joints. Your home is just part of that habitat. So same way, when you say forest, it's a habitat actually. Because tiger needs everything. Tiger needs water bodies, tiger needs hills, tiger needs caves, tiger needs bamboo, tiger needs grass, tiger needs dense forest. Because within that entire habitat, tiger's food survives. This is, tiger needs deer, tiger needs water body, then tiger needs human patrolling also. This is the tough job. On cycle in the forest guards have to patrol in the forest. Tigers need elephants also along with. This is one of the wonderful bird. Tiger needs this also. Tiger needs, as I said, hills and entire flora and fauna. Tiger needs bonnet lizard. Tiger needs tree. This is the food of tiger. Again bison. Tiger needs sambar, one of the most favorite food of the tiger. And then only tiger can be saved. If you save the entire earlier chain, then this guy can be saved. This is why save tiger is most important movement. Because you can't save tiger individually. When you say save tiger, you have to save his home, his habitat, his friends, his police, his enemies, his food, everything. And this is where I always say, this is the difference between information and knowledge. Just having information of India has got maximum number of tigers is not going to make any change. Because if going by information, America has saved more tigers than India. Does that mean we are failure? No. We have understood what is saved tiger. And this is all knowledge which you should be. And then, as I say, if we have got 3,500 numbers of tigers, every year in India 150 tiger dies. It's a big number. Imagine, आपली population 150 कोटी है. Okay, tigers population is 3,500. I was too poor in maths even in my engineering also. So I will give you just an analogy. 150 crore Indians and 3,500 tigers. And 3,500 tigers, out of that 150 tiger dies every year. If the analogy is applicable to the population of humans, then approximately 15 crores Indians should have died per year. And we should have done nothing about it. Because if tigers are dying, we are doing nothing. Why we should be worried about 15 crores? And Corona has taken only 7 to 8 lakh lives. Sorry to, I am not disrespecting those who passed out. But Corona has taken 8 lakh lives. And we are like end of the world for us. What tiger should we have? And out of 150, most of tiger died because of the human intervention. Because like you need space, tiger needs space, and if tiger don't have got enough space, this thing happens. Two tigers fight for the space, and when two tigers fight, the outcome is only one. One of them dies. Indirectly, we are responsible for his death because we haven't given them enough space. That's the reason. And then, if you don't give him enough space, tiger comes into the human territory. Again, get killed. Because it's very easy to sit here in the hall, listening lecture, watching a slideshow, and understanding how important it is to save tiger. But try living in a hut right adjoining to the forest, where your brother or sister is playing outside and tiger is roaming outside. This photograph has been taken right outside of a village, out of a hut of a farmer. If you see the road on the backside of the tigress, beyond that farm, there is one hut, and one guy was working in that farm. And I took photograph from this side of it. I was safe sitting in the forest vehicle, but that guy was working in the field. See, now say, save tiger. None of us will do. None of us will endeavor to friend a tiger. These are some tiger images deliberately because it's very difficult to grow a small tiger. This is tiny 2 months, 3 months old cub, and it's very difficult for the mother to raise that cub. If we provide this kind of habitat and free space, and as you rightly said, livable or lively, this is how tiger looks in the culture. This will look never same in the zoo. This is your and my job to give them that kind of environment. And this is the outcome. These images are deliberately added at the last time. See, out of 150 tigers died which every year, 50 of them died because coming onto the road under some vehicle or get cut on the railway track. Or some tigers have died with most of the reason. I shot this photograph in Ranthambore tiger project. When this tiger came suddenly from the bushes, first I thought it has killed some bird like heron, बगळा ज्याला म्हणतो आपण, कारण मला लांबून ते पांढरा दिसलं त्याच्या तोंडामध्ये. जवळ when I saw from my zoom camera, it was a carry bag. It was carrying in his mouth. And maybe out of curiosity, maybe out of hunger, maybe out of anything, had it swallowed that, had it bite that, the only thing happened is death. So many tigers died just because of the polluted water bodies and all those things also. Again because of us. And this is how the tiger cub should and tiger mother should be in their protected environment. They should get free hand, no interception. This is your and my responsibility. Now, many of you will ask, what I can do sitting over here? When I am going to study, when I am going to get marks, and when I am going to get time to save tiger. Well, you do have to do nothing. All you have to do is first understand your role in that. Second, try to visit these places also. Because you are visiting, like this is the photograph of a kid, this is the life of the forest, this is the life of the people who resides around the forest. Look at your dresses and your environment and the kind of infrastructure you are getting, and look at the life of this boy. Millions of such boys live around a tiger. Millions of such boys live in the forest. If you at least help them or make them life comfortable, otherwise what will happen, guys? These boys will be the poachers. These boys will be the poachers when they grow. They will kill the tiger for some bucks, some money, by giving information to the poacher, because one tiger costs in international market 2 crore rupees. Right from tiger's claws to tiger's skin, every part of tiger's teeth, every part of tiger is sold in the international market. Smuggled. So out of 2 crore, if one gets 1,000 rupees is happy. and he will give the information of tiger to the poachers because he don't have got anything to work for, to live for, like you guys have. So today I am lecturing this. Tomorrow I expect you guys do the same job for others. As I say, this is a famous common man of R.K. Lakshman. It's every type of question of common man what I can do for this. Rather I say, if you can't do, then who will do it? You can visit these. These are not army people. These are forest guards who resides in the forest 24 hours, and it's hell difficult to visit forest, click photographs, post them on Insta and Facebook, get thousands of likes, very nice thing. But to live there for 24 hours, 7 days a week and 365 days a year. Try doing, imagining it. Cut off from your families, cut off from any other thing, no network also. First part, now today's most biggest curse is no network. And you can donate your clothes, your used clothes, your winter wears, your rain wears to all these people over there, and you are joined Save Tiger movement. You share knowledge with them, you gain knowledge with them, you understand their difficulties, you reach out for them to others. You are part of Save Tiger. And lastly, as I say, pursuing construction. Few words for my own profession. See, left side is a home made by nature. Anybody can recognize what is the left side image? Varul, Pami म्हणतात त्याला. Who taught God or who taught nature to build such a wonderful thing out of nothing? एवढ्या साईजचं वारुळ बनायला near about 1 year and 1.5 years लागतं. Right side आपली ह्युमन बिल्डिंग आहे. ती पण बनायला near about 1 year and 1.5 years लागतं. But see the difference between making of them. I think if you want to pursue career in construction, nothing wrong. Now, I am not saying you go and start living in those varul or you go start living on trees. It is not possible no more for us. But when we are building something, try to accommodate nature. If you want to pursue career as a civil engineer or a builder, because agree tomorrow if you build something in city like Pune, somebody will buy it and you will make money. That's fine. But in making that money, what damage you have made to nature, who is going to redo that damage? Who is going to undo that damage? That is the responsibility you are taking when you are choosing being a builder as your career. Try to build something which will make you proud, not just money. I don't say I am a businessman. I never say don't make money. Do make money. But simultaneously make something which no money can buy. That is the honor and pride. हा फोटोग्राफ मी माझ्या घराच्या टेरेसवरनं काढलेला आहे. You can see, rather this was the photograph which made me write my first book, which said Grey and Green. This is why I named the book as Grey and Green. That entire building will be giving home for some 200-300 families. And by doing that, who will think of building a home for the parent? Parent can't build. Parent don't have got a school named Millenium School. Parent don't have got any guest visitor like Sanjay Deshpande to teach them to build and balance. You got that. You got that luck. And what I say, this is again, we provide nice parking places for our cars, but we fail to provide sitting place for a parent also. And this is where I conclude. Just I will say one thing. See, if you keep on depending or waiting for someone to take lead and come ahead and make your career and change the nature, it's not going to happen. That happens only in Marvel movies. And Marvel movies philosophy also says the same thing. Don't wait for some superhero to change. You put your first step and you become the superhero. So, right now, the nature needs many superheroes, not just one. League of Justice also won't be enough for that. And with this note, I conclude that this was my sharing, not to tell you something, do this and do that. Just absorb what I have shared, think what I have said, apply your own mind, and decide what you want, which team you want to. There will be always a dark side, again Marvel, and there will be even Star Wars, and again a brighter side. Which side you want to join, your choice. Thank you very much.